It's cup weekend against Livy on Saturday. First up, are you looking forward to this distraction from the league and a chance to progress?
Absolutely, really looking forward to this game. It's always exciting going into the Scottish Cup, and we've got to this round by having to play another Fife derby, which we've done really well in. So we've earned the right to go to Livingston on Saturday and be in the hat. It's going to be a really hard game. I'm not really buying into all this Livingston, bottom of the league stuff, because I know how well they've done over the last 4 to 5 years. I know how hard and how well Davy's done with his team, and I expect them to come at us all guns blazing.
And just picking up on your last point there, yeah, they're bottom of their league, but we take nothing for granted, and we've got full respect for our opponents on Saturday.
Absolutely, we have to. They're in a division higher than us. They're used to playing against higher level opposition than us, and if they were in our league, for example, with the players that they have, they'd be well up there in competing to win the league. So we're not going to treat Livingston lightly, that's for sure. They've been recharged for a few weeks off. They've added a couple of players to their squad, so they'll be ready. I've got no doubts.
Looking to ourselves, as you said, Livy have had that benefit of a couple of weeks off, but if we look at ourselves, Kyle Turner, first full week in training, we saw how well he did on the pitch against Queen's Park, but how's he fitted in with the boys in training?
Yeah, very easily. He's obviously came in at tail end of last week, and we put him straight into the team because he's match ready. He was fit. He'd been training every day up at Ross County, and coming off the bench and stuff, and done really well in the game. I felt as the game went on, he actually became stronger and stronger, and we saw a little bit of drive from him, trying to get us that equalising goal against Queen's Park as well. So I knew Kyle's mentality and his characteristics are that he's a leader on the pitch. He likes to try and pull boys through games, and that's just what we needed. Unfortunately, Saturday we didn't quite get there, but it wasn't for the want of trying. But he's fitted in really well. He's training really well, and he'll be looking forward to the game on Saturday as well.
And looking at that central area of the pitch, the middle of the pitch, beside him, obviously Sean Byrne is staying. That happened just after we spoke last week. I mean, how important was it for you to get that key component of the midfield sorted? Yeah,
I'm delighted Sean's here, which is great. He showed a great desire to be here in the summer. He wanted to be here after the January sort of clause that we had, and we wanted him here. So it's a no-brainer for us. It's also really important to try and keep consistency within your squad, especially in central areas. And Sean brings a wealth of experience to our team. With that, he brings really good quality on the ball. He communicates, and again, he's a bit like Kyle on that respect, in that regard, in terms of he's a winner. He wants to win games. He's not happy playing second fiddle, which is, again, we talk about hunger and desire within footballers, and Sean's got all that.
Yeah. The announcement about Sean, it was great with a ton of positivity as usual from the Rovers support. Everyone really pleased to see him staying on. Similarly, positive news with Louis Vaughan extending by another 2 years. I mean, you spoke briefly in his video piece about that, but how important is it having a player of Louis' calibre, experience and so on staying with us for 2 years? Yeah,
again, really happy that Lewis has decided that he wants to be staying at Raith Rovers. We were delighted that he intimated to us that he wanted to stay. We definitely wanted to try and get him signed up as well. He's came back from his injuries remarkably well. He's looking really fit. He's telling me it's the fittest he's ever been and the best he's ever felt, which I think this time next year we're still going to be talking about how good Lewis is, but I think he's going to get even better. I don't think Lewis is finished or at his capacity yet, and that's testament to himself in terms of the way he's started to do his rehab and rebuild it and try and adapt his game a little bit as well. And we always knew last season was going to be hard for Lewis, because you come back from something like he's came back from, there's no way you can play the same way that you did before it. It's just impossible. So he's every week and every day in training he's finding ways to try and adapt his game, and as I say, I think this time next year he's going to be at an even higher level than he is at the moment.
Referring back to Saturday's cup tie, I mean, Louis is a player that has scored a couple of notable goals, really impressive goals against them in the past over the years, and in preparation for that we had a bounce game against Premiership opposition Dundee on earlier in the week. Tell us a bit about that game. I understood it finished 1-1 and you got some decent minutes into some legs.
Yeah, it was a really good game actually, both teams. It was a really enjoyable bounce game to watch. Sometimes it can be a wee bit different, but both sets of players put full effort into it, worked incredibly hard. Dundee gave us a really tough game, and hopefully we've given them a decent workout as well, but we got good minutes into a lot of players. Most of the boys got a wee run out. Obviously Dylan Easton Livingston played a wee bit, Kyle Turner played a wee bit. I think the only two that we didn't use were Sean Byrne and Lewis Vaughan. And we got minutes into boys that needed it, like Keith Watson. And there were a few young guys, Gam Hanna, Adam Masson, topping up their fitness and getting a bit more experience as well. So an excellent, worthwhile session that we done on Tuesday. Delighted with the outcome of it, and the boys deserve a lot of credit because they put a lot into it as well.
Something we always touch on in these interviews is the supporters, and this morning we had the ops call with Livy, and we were told that we've sold over 1,100 tickets so far, and Livy are approaching 700 tickets sold. We're looking at a good 2,000 people there. How important to get that positive, noisy backing from the East Stand at Livy?
Absolutely is. Every single week, we've said it now for a number of weeks, how many times the supporters have helped us get over the line. We try and repay them by playing decent football and winning games, but we're all in this together throughout the whole season. Their backing from myself and the players is never taken for granted, that's for sure, because I know how hard it is. In January it's freezing cold out there as well. It'd be very easy not to go to the game, but you're saying we've sold 1,100, we might get up to 1250 before kick-off, which is a remarkable turnout.
Yeah, and finally, we know that the draw for the next round is on Sunday in the evening on Sports Scene. Very obviously, you'll not be thinking of that. You'll be looking to get past Livy and then worry about what comes next. Yeah,
I didn't know the draw was on Sunday, so I'm just focusing on trying to think of ways and means how we can try and get ourselves into that draw. It'd be a fantastic win if we manage to do it, but we're under no illusions how hard this is going to be. Livingston are, as I say, are coming back very, very fresh. Lots of good players, good management, good staff. We're going to have to play really well, with the ball and without the ball, and we're going to have to be ready mentally as well, because it's going to be a tough one.
Thanks, best of luck.
Thank you.